on the riches of His grace, resting in His sheltering wing, always looking on His smiling face. That is why I shout and sing. Jesus, 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 sweetest name I know, fills my every longing, keeps me singing as I go. Oh, sometimes it leads to waters deep, all across the way. Though sometimes the path seems rough and steep, see His footprints all the way. Jesus, 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 sweetest name I know, fills my every longing, keeps me singing as I go. Soon He's coming back to welcome me, far beyond the starry sky. I shall win my flight to worlds unknown, I shall reign with Him on high. Jesus, 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 sweetest name I know, fills my every longing, keeps me singing as I go.
Amen. Everything you can get thing in gears. Hey, what do you know a better name? There's no other name given in the men where men must be saved. There's no sweeter name than Jesus. Sing that last verse one more time, brother. Y'all sing out there and help me. Think about it. Seven days.
Soon He's coming back to welcome me, far beyond the starry sky. I shall wing my flight to worlds unknown, I shall reign with Him on high. Jesus, 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 sweetest name I know, fills my every longing, keeps me singing as I go. Amen. Amen. You make me sing. Hark to the shepherd's voice I hear, out in the desert dark and drear, calling the sheep who've gone astray, far from the shepherd's fold away. Bring them in, bring them in, bring them in from the fields of sin. Bring them in, bring them in, bring the wandering ones to Jesus, who would help this shepherd kind, help him the wandering ones to find, who bring the lost ones to the fold, where they'll be sheltered from the cold. Bring them in, bring them in, bring them in from the fields of sin. Bring them in, bring them in, bring the wandering ones to Jesus. Out in the desert hear their cry, out on the mountains wild and high. Hark is the Master speaks to me, go find my sheep wherever they be. Bring them in, bring them in, bring them in from the fields of sin.
My mind is so unfocused. I see the things you do through me as great things I have done. And now you gently break me, then lovingly you take me and hold me as my Father and mold me as my Maker. I ask you, how many times will you pick me up when I keep on letting you down? And each time I will fall short of your glory, how far will forgiveness abound? And you answer, my child, I love you. And as long as you're seeking my face, you'll walk in the power of my daily sufficient grace. At times I may grow weak and feel a bit discouraged, knowing that someone somewhere could do a better job. For who am I to serve you? I know I don't deserve you, and that's the part that burns in my heart and keeps me hanging on. I ask you, how many times will you pick me up when I keep on letting you down? And each time I will fall short of your glory, how far will forgiveness abound? And you answer, my child, I love you. And as long as you're seeking my face, you'll walk in the power of my daily sufficient grace. You are so patient with me, Lord. As I walk with you, I'm learning what your grace really means. The price that I could never pay was paid at Calvary. So instead of trying to repay you, I'm learning to simply obey you by giving up my life to you for all that you've given to me. I ask you, how many times will you pick me up when I keep on letting you down? And each time I will fall short of your glory, how far will forgiveness abound? And you answer, my child, I love you. And as long as you're seeking my face, you walk in the power of my daily sufficient grace.
Crosses on one lonely hill. 2 men were guilty, 3 men were killed. 3 men were buried, and 2 men are still somewhere near those 3 rugged crosses on one lonely hill.
I've added up and I still don't know why an innocent man would be chosen to die.
A cross is a just to be crucified. If I were to live, then He'd have to die. 3 rugged crosses for one lonely hill. 2 men were guilty, and 3 men were killed. 3 men were buried, and 2 men are still somewhere near those 3 rugged crosses on one lonely hill. 3 rugged crosses on one lonely hill. 2 men were guilty, 3 men were killed. 3 rugged crosses on one lonely hill. 3 men were killed. 3 men were buried, and 2 men are still somewhere near those 3 rugged crosses on one lonely hill.
This thing, I'm gonna keep doing the same thing every Sunday. I don't really look good. Now that y'all had to laugh, it's on me.
We love you, brother.
I appreciate that very much. Sometimes that's very difficult. That's proof God's grace is sufficient. Amen. We'll take your Bible, turn to the book of Matthew. Book of Matthew, chapter 5. Book of Matthew, chapter 5. I guess this little mic has something to do with my message. Can God trust you in the ordinary routine? Ordinary routine is me and this thing goes round and round every Sunday morning. Can God trust my attitude while I'm working on this thing that don't work right when I hit the button? This is a biblical truth that will help you to see something that God is in the middle of. Can God trust you in the ordinary routine? What about your attitude when you do the same thing over and over and over again, but nothing ever changes? You're giving it all you got, but you see no change in results. You're doing your best. It becomes an ordinary routine. Can God trust you in an ordinary routine? My friend, until He can trust you in an ordinary routine, He cannot trust you to move forward.
Amen.
I want to share some thoughts concerning that this morning. I think it will help us. Your attitude during ordinary routines determines who you really are. It lets the world see who you really are. All of us can be excited when everything is good and we see progression and we see things changing and everything is moving along and we're getting our prayers answered and it seems as though everything is going good. But what about when you keep doing the same thing as best you can, but nothing ever changes? Can God trust you in the normal routine? If not, my friend, He cannot trust you to move forward because it identifies you for who you really are.
That's right, preacher.
Your children see you in your response in the normal routine more than any other time. They don't see you on the emotional high. Nobody has them all the time. But they see you in the normal day-by-day choices that you make and how you handle them one day after another when it seems as though all you're doing makes no difference whatsoever. God is fixing to move you to another level if your attitude will stay right during the normal routine of life.
Amen.
In Matthew chapter 5, start reading there if you would in verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Father, I want to thank you for the truth of your word. God, help us today to be sensitive to your spirit as you speak to us, God, through your word. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for what you're going to do. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I want to speak to you on this subject. Can you be trusted in the normal routine? Well, I was working at the foundry before I retired and got into working on sound equipment. People would come in and Mondays and they would always have, I call it the Monday morning blues. I didn't want to get around. Always something was bad on Monday because they hadn't done anything on Sunday, and so therefore they somehow or another had this problem with Monday. I got to noticing when I went in over there at the foundry, I went in as an apprentice in the machine shop. Well, if you've ever worked around in a machine shop, they're a whole lot like linemen. They got the Montel thing going on. Amen. I'm telling you the truth. Well, the machinists will probably work because they think they're a little smarter. So I went in as an apprentice and I noticed right off that they didn't like me, so therefore they set out to try to make me look bad. It wasn't too long before I realized something. If I responded to what they was trying to do, that I was going to be bad. That's right. You and I have to learn something in life. We have to have a routine and don't let nobody upset your routine. I'll give you a biblical story on that. A man in the Bible who had the withered hand came to church Sunday after Sunday with his family. If you ever study that story in the Bible, you'll find out that man's hand withered after he had already been married and had the children. But he kept on coming to church on Sunday morning. Reminds me of some people in here who keep on coming. You've got a routine, whether you feel like it or whether you don't. Whether you feel inspired or whether you don't. Whether you want to or whether you don't. You just keep on coming. Why? It is a part of your routine, and you know it is the right thing to do. You're not complaining about it. You're thankful to be able to participate in doing the best you can under the situations you're placed in. This man with the withered hand, the Bible says Jesus came to church that morning and looked over and seen him. This man never asked for prayer. This man never mentioned Jesus. This man never done anything other than Jesus looked at him and walked over and healed him. Jesus healed him because he had a routine he was following, and it was right, and he didn't let his feelings, he didn't let what people said, he didn't let the things go on in his life that affected him from keeping his normal routine. And God healed him in the house of God, and he never prayed. He never asked for prayer. He wasn't even involved in it. God noticed he was faithful to the routine that was in his life, and God honored it, folks. Let me tell you something. There's a story behind there right there. When you and I will keep the routine that God has placed in our life, right now, God is moving you forward. You might not even know it. Amen. Hey, the potter is in charge of the clay. When the clay gets thrown on the table and it goes around and around and around, don't you think that's a routine? Sure. You ever went round and around and around, and you got tired of going round and around and around, but you just kept on going round and around and around, and finally, after a while, you got to notice you was getting a little higher up. The vessel is a lump of clay thrown on the table, and as the potter begins to work on it, he begins to shape it, and it begins to rise up. It begins to lift up into a vessel of honor. It is because the clay stayed on the table, stayed in its place, and God was able to shape and make that vessel into a vessel of honor. God will honor people who let the routine of their life and have the right attitude toward it. My friend, God is moving them higher, and they might not even go to all at once. So I got news for you. You need to get hold of this. This is a scriptural teaching right here. Your children, parents, notice your routine.
That's right, brother.
Hey, if you're faithful, they notice you're faithful. That makes them faithful. Your children will be just like you. They will imitate. If you want to find out what kind of person you are, let me talk to your children.
That's right, please.
They imitate what they see. They imitate your routine. They imitate the way you act. Your normal routine, my friend, is a teacher to your children of what you believe and what you believe about what you believe.
Amen.
Your attitude towards your routine will be the way God blesses your life. You ever things were just difficult, and you kept on doing the same thing. You were expecting results. You were expecting change, but nothing happened. You kept on doing the same thing, and years went by, and finally, all of a sudden, it seemed as though you were lifted up without even knowing it, and God answered the prayer. God answered prayer because you were faithful to the routine God placed you in your life. Matter of fact, I thought it was interesting. David was anointed king. It was 13 years before he ever received the position of being king. In between those 13 years, his life was being attempted. He was lied on by his best friends. He was turned on by familiar friends. He them one time to keep them being killed. And by the way, my friend, let me tell you something. David had a chance to kill the man who was trying to kill him, and David said, no, I will not do it because I have not been taught that way. I'm going by the routine that I was set up in my life, and I'm going to do what's right regardless of how I feel about it. God moved David forward into the kingdom, but before he had to pass the test through the routine of life, hey, having the right attitude.
Amen.
Your attitude. Those attitudes I mentioned to you, you've got to make sure it's not one of them, it's all of them, and they have to be in your life in order for God to move you forward.
That's right.
You see, the thing is, in our life, we need to understand that. Do you have the right attitude in a normal routine, you cannot move forward. Preacher, I don't like what I'm in. Well, I don't either. Guess what? That means I got to still keep doing what I'm doing as long as it's right. Amen. With the right attitude. And then let God, whenever He sees that I can be trusted in the small things, He can give me bigger things.
Amen.
When God can trust me where I'm at, then He can answer my prayers and He'll get the glory. By the way, if He answers the prayer as soon as you pray the faith, He's not going to get any glory. You actually thought you done something. It's the routine that proves to you who you really are in life. It's the measuring standard by which God promotes your attitude during the difficult times, during the times when nothing's changing. And by the way, back to my story. They made it difficult for me. I made up my mind. I went in as an apprentice machinist. I made up my mind. I'm going to do the best I can. I did not have the talents or abilities that they had. But I'll tell you one thing, I didn't complain about whatever they told me to do. They gave me all the dirty jobs. They gave me all the rough jobs. But you know what? I made up my mind. I'm going to do them as best I can. And I kept on doing the best I can. And they promoted me to A machinist 2 years. The earliest they'd ever done that before. And it wasn't because I had any ability. It was because they seen the faithfulness of my routine.
That's right. That's right.
God will move you forward, my friend, if you will not let what is not happening that you want to happen change you from keeping your routine with the right attitude. When you go to work on Monday morning, you do the best you can. Hey, when it's break time, it's break time. When break time's over, it's time to go to work. Amen. You and I do not need to lie and steal from our employer trying to act like we're gaining something. God sees that, folks. What God sees is secret, my friend. He will openly put it out.
Amen.
Better be careful of that. Are you going to be faithful when it seems as though everything is hidden? God's not answering your prayer. The people you prayed for, nothing's happening. The thing that you really think is very important to you, they are very important. They're important to you, they're important to God. But you see them staying the same, nothing is changing. God is saying, hey, can I trust you in the normal things? In the normal routine. Hey, can I trust you in situations that are difficult that you don't understand? Can I trust you whenever it seems as though nothing is going to ever go right? Time after time, year after year, hour after hour, month after month, and nothing is changing. Can I trust you then? If I can trust you then I can move you to higher ground, my friend. Therefore, I can trust you then.
Amen.
There's something about it. It's normal. It's a simple process. I got to think about that last night. How many times do I complain about something because I'm not getting results? And God says you're getting results because you don't see them, don't mean you're getting them. Because you haven't experienced them, don't mean it's not happening. I'll give you an example of that. When Joshua went over and they spied out the land, they finally crossed over, they come to the walls of Jericho. And God told us, I don't want you to march around these walls right here 6 times, and the 7th time I'm going to tell you what to do. But until then, you're going to march around 6 times. They marched around the wall. The first day they went around the wall. That didn't make a lot of sense, you know. I mean, these people were warriors. They weren't marchers. They were marching around the wall. I thought it was interesting. They probably some Baptists in that group. Because he told them not to talk while they were marching. Hello? He said, y'all be quiet while y'all marching, because if y'all get to talking while y'all marching, you'll get to complaining about the normal routine, and you'll talk one another out of it.
Yeah.
In other words, you better be careful, my friend, when you're going through something, and it seems you've been going through it for a long time. You don't need some super spiritual insight on it. You just need to keep doing it.
Amen.
You don't need to talk about it. You need to do it. You don't need to pray over it. You need to do it. You don't need advice about it. You just need to keep doing it. Amen. And the second day, they march around. Getting to be a routine, looks like. And the third day. And the fourth day. And the fifth day. We don't look too good out here. The world sees us doing the same thing over and over and over again. We're not complaining. We got the right attitude, but nothing is happening. Why are you going on when nothing's happening? It's because that's God's way of promoting. And finally, the seventh day, they stopped. They marched around, and God says, "Now I want you to shout, blow these trumpets." The Bible says the wall fell down flat. Well, the wall was 15 foot high, 30 foot wide. I don't know about you, but that's a pretty good pile of stuff. Undoubtedly, the earth must have swallowed it up, made it flat. Might have been paved with white lines, I don't know. But the Bible says they went in. They didn't have to climb no hill. Now, it wasn't the shout that brought the wall down. I'll tell you what it was. It was their faithfulness to the routine that God told them to do. That brought the wall down. God brought the wall down because they were not complaining about the routine. They were doing the very best they could to obey what God said and leaving the result up to God.
That's right. That's right.
Huh? No more routine. God said, "Now that I have seen you are faithful, and what you don't understand, and what you don't understand, and what you don't like, now that I see you are faithful to that, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to move you up a little higher.
Amen.
I can trust you in these little things that nobody notices. I can trust you in no. You know who you really are, what you do when nobody's looking.
That's right.
Exactly right.
Hello?
Exactly.
Who you really are is what you do when nobody's looking.
Yes.
But guess what? There's one person looking.
Amen.
And he's keeping records.
Amen.
And he promotes based upon what you do when nobody sees what you do. That is why, my friends, God makes it clear in the Word of God, when you do right, when you don't need man's approval, when you, the Bible says, choosing to obey God rather than man, when you choose to do what's right, no matter what's going on, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how lonely you feel, no matter whether you want to or not, no circumstances is changing what you are doing. It is your normal routine. It is God's routine for your life. You've got to keep on doing it. God says, "Hey, I got a miracle for you." And as soon as you move to the level that I can trust you, I'll promote you. David, 13 years after he was anointed, can you imagine what he was thinking? Why is everybody trying to kill me, God? You knew David complained. As a matter of fact, he's over hiding in the cave, and he said, "God, I need some help over here. Boy, I'm feeling so neglected." He said, "Okay, I'm going to send you 500 people worse off than you are." He said 500 people over there for him to help is worse off than he was. Why did God do that? To see if God, he was seeing if he could trust David in a situation that made no sense. When David didn't understand it, can I trust you when you don't understand what's going on? Can I trust you when you really don't feel like it? Can I trust you when everybody's telling you that you need to do different? Can I trust you whenever you set up this routine? We set it up together. I'm not changing. You're sticking to it. I'll promote you when I see you can be trusted. The Bible's full of people like that. I got to think about this. And I know this is a simple message. Let me tell you something. Your measure of influence is measured by how you and I live every day through a normal routine. Amen. You ponder that thought just for a moment. Your response every day. By the way, you don't have a lot of extraordinary days. You say, "Well, what do you mean by that?" Well, Moses didn't spend every day praying and getting a rock to follow him around in the desert to get water. Moses didn't spend every day praying for manna to fall from heaven to feed him.
That's right.
Moses didn't get an emotional high every day. Most of Moses' life, my friend, was a life of just an ordinary day. Read his life, an ordinary day. Listen to a bunch of grumbling people telling him what they didn't like. It's an ordinary day.
Amen. That's right.
God said he's the meekest man who ever lived. You know why? It was because he had a routine. He was following his routine. He was not going to let the complaining, whining, two-faced bunch of people change what he was going to do. He had a routine. Stop complaining about the routine God has set up in your life and start being faithful to it. God will bless you.
Surely will.
Every time I get to think about it, I have myself a little spell. See, the story back to work again was this. I got promoted to a mole builder, the youngest one that they ever had. But I was not near as good as none of the rest of them. And I often ask, well, why did I get this promotion? All of them was mad about it. And then it goes even further. A person who was retiring, he was over the whole thing. He said, I want you to take the whole shop. All 3 shifts and run the whole shop. I said, well, there's a lot more people more qualified. He said, it's the routine. He said, I can count on you to be faithful through the routine. Break time's over, you go to work. You do what you're supposed to do when nobody's looking and somebody's looking. Huh?
Amen.
I said all that to say this, folks. Whatever's going on in your life, do not let people change the routine God has set up in your life. I look back here. I seen Sheila come in this morning, and she could be at home. She don't even feel like walking, not alone coming to church. Why is she coming? Because it is a routine she established in her life when she was feeling good. She still chooses that routine when she's feeling bad. And let me tell you something. Hey, God's going to look over there one of these days and it's going to touch her because she did not let what's going on in her life stop her from the routine that proves her faithfulness. And by the way, your routine proves your faithfulness about what you believe.
Amen.
I look at you. Raymond, hey, there's a lot of people in here. I want to tell you something. You can be at home. Why are you here? It is because you set up a routine to be here. And God is saying, I can trust you with this routine. My friend, I'm moving you higher. And one day you're going to get your healing. You're going to get moved to a new level. Why? Because you have proven to the people around about you, it is not about your feelings. It's not about what they think. It is not about what's going on in your life. You are proven that you can be trusted in the small things, in the faithfulness of an everyday routine, an every Sunday routine, and therefore I can move you to a level that you can be used for my cause, my honor, and my glory.
Amen.
Brother Willie, you know, everybody sort of don't understand that, but I'm going to tell you something. You shift your eyes for an hour and see what happens to you. Huh? He could be mad and bitter. He could be upset. Matter of fact, he takes this thing to another level. I like it. He told Mark he looked good this morning.
Amen.
And Mark, after that, sort of like strutting around.
Amen.
What am I saying? What you consider as a handicap is a tool.
Amen. 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 Amen.
In the hand of God.
Amen.
When a man comes in and he's got a walker in front of him where he won't stumble and fall. Huh? That's a tool that's telling these children must be something going on. Why do they do that? He's telling these young people, well, if he's that determined, there's got to be a reason more than feelings.
Right, that's exactly.
There's got to be something to it. What people need to see today is God's people in the everyday routine being faithful unto God with a smile on their face, no matter if it's you know what happens to us? Sometimes we'll get this little mentality. Well, if I'm not learning new things, then I'm not moving forward. Till you learn the things you're being taught now, you don't need new things.
That's right. Amen.
There's too many people who want to memorize Scripture, don't even use what they know now.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right.
What good is it going to do you to quote the Bible? The devil can do that.
That's right.
Cults can do that.
Sure.
Huh? So you and I use what's available. And what's available is that for one purpose, for us to set up a routine in our life that will honor God.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen. You say, Say, preacher, how many times are you going to say the word routine? I don't know. A couple more. Huh? Think about it in your life. My attitude's right during the average day. The Bible says this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. He didn't say He made one day better than another. Matter of fact, He said don't esteem one day better than another. Take no thought for tomorrow. Tomorrow's take care of itself.
That's right.
They say the routine that you're set up on today is in my will. You keep on it without paying attention. When you and I come to the point in our life we stop complaining about what we don't like, and thank God I don't have to complain anymore. Why? Because I'm satisfied with the routine. I'm satisfied with where God's got me at right now. I'm satisfied with the law in my life that I did not choose, that God chose for me. And it may be as a result of my own mistakes, but I got news for you. God said I will take that. As I preached to you last Sunday morning, I will make a miracle out of your mistake if you hold on to the routine, hey, in life of doing right, no matter how you feel about it. The Bible for. So let me ask you something. How's your normal routine going? How do you get children sick? Oh, I gotta get that. Well, we don't have time for cooking. We gotta go back for dinner. Hurry, kids. We're gonna be late for school. I'd love to be that white in the Baptist church. What I want you to see is this. If you're faithful in the hidden things, God will trust you in the things that are open.
Sure we will.
That's the bottom line, folks.
Amen.
If you're not where you think you should be right now, it is because you have the wrong attitude in the routine. If you don't have peace in the things you don't understand, if you can't have peace about just saying, hey God, this is another day, I'm going to smile when I want to frown. By the way, that's when you need to smile most, when you want to frown. They tell me it takes less muscle. I don't know. I've never measured it. But when you and I can go through a Monday like it's a Friday, hello? With a smile on our face, saying, boy, I'm glad this is Monday.
Amen. Amen.
But you ought to be saying, I'm glad I got another day.
Amen. Amen.
I'm glad this day God has chosen to give me. And what my routine is, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be thankful He got me one. I'm going to be thankful I'm moving. I'm thankful I'm the clay. He's the potter. He's taking this big old lump. Some bigger than others. And He's making it taller. You ever seen anybody make a vessel upside down? No. While the clay is turning, and this big lump, He's actually smashing it together. He's putting pressure on it. And He's taking out the bad spots and throwing them away. And He continues to shape it. And it keeps on getting taller and taller and taller. Until what? Till you can see the results.
Yes.
Still wonderful.
Amen.
But it started with an ordinary routine. Round and around and around and around and around. By the way, most of your life is a routine. I want you to start doing most of your life. Most of your life is a normal routine. How you handle that proves to you if you can be trusted or not. Amen? And then God says, yeah, pass the test. Like the man with the withered hand. He come to church. Not one time the Bible says he prayed. Matter of fact, it don't even say he said nothing. Jesus come to church and just seen him over there, went over and healed him. He didn't let his difficulties stop him from the routine that God said. You want a miracle? It might be a miracle in the making. But it could be this. not faithful in the ordinary routine. Let me explain that. We'll have an invitation. If I've got the wrong attitude about my routine, that keeps me from receiving my miracle. That people come to church because they don't want to come, because somebody, they're not doing it for God, they're doing it because they just say, well, you know, people know I go there and it's good for the business. Hello? Huh? I was going to go because I need to go where people will think more of me. You can do the right thing for the wrong reason and miss your blessing.
That's right, brother.
So you have a routine. And it can be for a wrong reason. And you'll miss your blessing. So all the attitudes of the routine makes up your character. Your character is not what you think you are. Your character is what other people know you are.
Amen.
Huh? So what about where you're at with your routine? Sunday after Sunday, Monday after Monday, Tuesday after Tuesday. Oh man, it's Monday. I'll be glad Friday gets here. Well, what's going to happen the other 4 days? Huh? Gonna skip me. I wish I was younger. I'd do things different. No, you wouldn't.
That's right.
You wouldn't do no different what you did. You had a choice. Huh? Your choice, my friend, is today is what's governing your routine. You can either establish it, or you can play games with it and miss the blessing. You know one thing about it? God knows the intents of our heart. We'll have an invitation this morning. If you're lost, you need Jesus. If you're saved, you need to thank God. He set you up a routine. You need to start rejoicing in a plan God has for your life. And God will move you to a higher level. God touches those who have the right attitude during the difficult times of life. They just keep on going. Just keep on going. Your testimony is, when this thing is over with, is how you handle the normal routines of your life. Not the emotional highs, not the great experiences. Most of Moses' life, he wasn't getting his prayers answered from some spectacular event. He was leading a bunch of people. Got up the next morning, started walking again. By the time he got over wanted to go in, people didn't want to go in, so keep on walking. Same way with Joshua. Anything God's people need, they need to see that they got a routine that honors God and they have the right attitude about it. They might have a testimony and influence for the people that they come in contact with. I see people hurting smiles. I see people who not hurting frowning. Causes that. It's the attitude toward the normal days of life. That's who makes it. See, it don't take a lot to complain. Flesh volunteers. Have the right attitude when you're hurting, when the whole world's flipped over. Well, when you really, somehow or another, you get accused by the devil day and night of not doing something you should have done. When you feel down and the people who know you don't really know you. When you can keep the right attitude, keep on taking every day that you live, saying and doing as best you can to follow the pattern that you set yesterday as a standard all things. What we're supposed to do? Give thanks. For this is the glory of God concerning Christ. All things. All things. That'll get you a routine where you can give it thanks in all things. Then the world won't know but one thing. There's got to be something greater in you than the world, or you would change your routine. Thank you for being here this morning. A very simple message. But I believe a truth, a Bible truth. God's people need to take serious the routines of life.
Sure.
You'll have more average days than you have above average days. You'll have more things that you don't understand than you do understand. You'll pray and you'll see God, and it seems as though your prayers never get above the ceiling. And it seems as though you're going round and around and around and around. It seems like you're not getting ahead. Sort of thought you'd be out of debt and have everything and have your big motor home and easing around now. Not exactly like you had planned. My friend, if you're not happy where you are now, you will be happy where you are now.
That's right.
Amen?
Amen.
Amen. God's good. Thank you for being here this morning.